they're not even using a different playbook 20 years later. Like, or more like, yeah, 25 fucking years later. They're using the same lies. They're doing the same tactics. And I was just listening to J.D. Vance on what fucking CNN, just repeating the same thing. They can't have a nuclear weapon. We're going after the nuclear weapon. They just can't have a nuclear weapon. They 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 can't have a nuclear weapon. The nuclear weapon. They can't have a nuclear weapons program. We just don't want them to have a nuclear weapons program. They just can't have it. We just don't want them to have it. They just can't have it. They can't have it. They can't have it. They can't have it. They can't have a nuclear weapon. They can't have a nuclear weapon. They can. And it's like, the only reason you don't want them to have a nuclear weapon is because if they have a nuclear weapon, you will no longer be able to bully them. It's just racism. It's just racism. Because it's, oh, you see, Iran, these desert sand people, these brown Muslims that, you know, live in the desert in like huts and are surrounded by goats, and they're uneducated and they're illiterate. They can't have a nuclear weapon because they just don't understand the responsibility of having one. They'll use it immediately. They're savage animals. That is what that is. It's racism. It's Islamophobia. It's Arab phobia. You know, Persian, Arab, whatever. Arab, it's anti-Semitic, actually. Actual anti-Semitism. It's racism. It's racism. Because Kim Jong-un has a nuclear weapon. Everyone hates Kim Jong-un, right? Everyone, he's a dictator, right? He's a dangerous man. He's an evil man. He hurts his own people. But the dude still hasn't launched on any fucking nation. And they have nuclear weapons that can reach California. They have weapons that can reach into the U.S. They haven't fired on him. You know, Kim Jong-un might be crazy, but he still hasn't fired a nuclear fucking weapon. Israel has not signed the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. They have a first strike policy, so an aggressive stance on using nuclear weapons. They're secretive about their nuclear arsenal. They're not subject to IAEA regulations. They don't have to put up with nuclear inspections. They never signed a chemical weapons ban. And they just committed a Holocaust. A Holocaust. They just committed it. They are committing a Holocaust. They're annexing land in Gaza. They want to annex the West Bank next. They eventually want Jordan. They already are occupying territory in Syria now. So tell me again who I'm supposed to be afraid of. Israel launched on Iran first. Iran did not launch on Israel first. Israel launched on them. Israel sent in rigged explosive pagers and injured like hundreds of civilians in Lebanon. They protest for the right to rape. The right to rape Palestinian prisoners that they kidnap. They kidnap children and they put them in prison. They're subjecting children to rape and torture. But Israel, they're the most moral army. They place military installations in civilian residential areas in Israel. Oh, but it's Palestine that uses human shields. It's Gaza. It's Hamas that uses human shields, right? But nobody's talking about how Israel can't have a nuclear weapon. The insanity of this regime. India, Pakistan are biting at each other. Israel does a Holocaust and the US funds it and then backs them up with weapons and bombs that they send over to Iran. They attack Lebanon. Russia's fighting Ukraine. I mean, it's almost like we're about to experience World War III or something. I mean, what was World War One and World War II if not just a bunch of small wars that kind of culminated into a giant fucking global conflict?